predictions based on everything that has leaked, based on the books. So if you don't want to be spoiled, this is your cue. First off, the theme of this one is definitely war, war, war. You hear all these war sounds like warriors right before battle, getting ready. Very tense, very violent, and I think it's going to be action-packed. We start in Castle Black, we see the mutineers outside, trying to get through that wood barrier that we've seen them trying to hack at. And we see Davos inside as some people that are supporting Jon, and they're going to fight those people that are coming to kill Jon. In the picture, we do see Jon lying down, and I think there is a shadow in the back that is like someone trying to hack at him. So someone is definitely trying to kill him, or a few people, but someone's gonna get close. Now Davos is saying, I thought he was the man to lead us through the long night, but I was wrong. And he's saying, I was wrong about Stannis is not Azor Ahai, it is Jon. We see Tormund with only wildlings, and I know that he's going to be in the battle later on, but maybe this is the conversation that says, come on and help the Northmen to fight for Winterfell. Jon has helped you, now you come and help Jon. We see a pyramid in Meereen, and something is burning at the top. So this could be a dragon on the loose, or some sabotage. Someone is saying to Tyrion, you like games, little man. And if you remember the first trailer, Tyrion said, you're in the big game now. Something like that. That could be a continuation of that conversation. He's talking to some Meereenese. Obviously they're coming to tell him something. Maybe about the Sons of the Harpy. Maybe they need to settle down all of the inner civil war in Meereen. Jaime is ready to get his little knife out and is talking to the High Sparrow, and the High Sparrow says, you would spill blood in this holy place. And Jaime answers, the god won't mind, they spill more blood than the rest of us combined. Melisandre is looking out in Castle Black. We've seen a photo of Davos with the same scenery and smoke. Maybe it's trying to tell us to make a connection the two. We know they will have a conversation, we know they will join forces now to fight for Jon. We see the Khalasan, we know that Dany is there, and we see a shadow dragon and the Drogon flying overhead. The question is he gonna land, and is that the point where he's going to help Dany, or are they just gonna say like, Dany, you have a dragon but you can't control it, you have no real power. We see Bran lying in the weirwood tree in the cave, and he is walking, and someone is asking in the background, who are you? And then we jump to Arya and she says no one. Now I've talked about this before, about the parallel between Arya and Bran. Bran is going underground and he finds like skulls and the insides of heads, and Arya finds the opposite. She finds just the faces outside without anything on the inside. Face Jaqen says a girl has been given a second chance, there will not be a third. So is she going on a new mission? See Dany being stripped, and you are never gonna see that woman naked ever again. She's had it. See that face? She says, I don't want to get naked anymore. Anyways, that woman could be one of the elders in Vaes Dothrak. This could be a religious ceremony. We see a footage of Jaqen, Face Jaqen, or the kindly man, that is scalping a body. Sansa is in that Northern Stark outfit. She says, it's all I think about what was taken from me. And it seems like the logical continuation of this is, I want to get it back. And now we see Ramsay cleaning his little knife, and I'm just wondering who he killed. Maybe he tortured some people to try to find out what happened to Sansa. We hear something in the background saying, I know what happened. Maybe it's a witness that says that about Sansa, and then he gets the information and kills him. That would be very Ramsay. We see some Freys feasting with some Lannister men. We do know that connection was made in the Riverlands, where they joined forces to try to siege the Riverlands and Riverrun. Baelish is looking at someone who's coming towards him. It looks like it's in the north, so maybe it's Sansa. Maybe it's Roose Bolton. Who knows with Baelish? Jorah is turning into a rock more and more every day. Sooner or later, Daria is going to find out. I don't think he's gonna like that very much. We see Loras, who is captured, and we see Marjorie, who's also captured, but we know she's going out, so maybe this is like, I'm going out, but you have to stay here, I'm sorry, I'm gonna get you out. Now we see Davos on a horse with an obvious Stark banner behind him. He's also wearing some lighter clothes, so it's not as cold as it is in the wall, and he says, there's no hiding from this, we have to fight. And he's looking out at all of these burnt crosses of the Boltons. These are the warning signs for the Northmen not to get any closer to Winterfell. Varys is looking kind of confused and disgusted a little bit at something that someone said. That someone is Anya Buchstein. She is the actress I thought could be Lyanna Stark, but it seems like she's going to be Kinvara. Now, we've heard of this role thanks to Watchers on the Wall. They're going to ask her for help so that her priests will convince the Meereenese that the city's conqueror is the people's savior in her perspective, and Tyrion or Varys say we prefer liberator to conqueror, and she says they came to help, and she looks like she believes in Dany a lot. Varys mentions Stannis as one who was appointed the chosen one by one of their priestesses. Varys asked her why should he trust her more than the priestess who counseled Stannis. And she says everything is what they are, and where they are for a reason. Terrible things happen for a reason. Take what happened to you. She says a little bit more, and then she says, do you remember what you heard the night the sorcerer tossed your parts into the flames? Should I tell you what the voice said? Should I tell you the name of the one who spoke, or where it lives? We serve the same queen. If you're a true friend, you have nothing to fear from me. And then she turns and departs. This connects to the theory that Varys has some king's blood, that he's a Blackfire, and that's why he shaves his head, and that connects to Fagon. And it also teases that it will come into play at some point if they remind us of this, when we've only heard of it a few seasons ago when he talked to Tyrion. Again, we see Euron going to assassinate his brother. We see someone with a Stark sigil, not necessarily a Stark, but with a Stark sigil, and is fighting someone with a Targaryen sigil. This is possibly another flashback from the Tower of Joy. Now, Cersei is saying to someone, I'm not sure if it's Jaime or Tommen. She says, stand at the head of our army where you belong. Show them what Lannisters are. So this could either be Cersei sending Jaime to the Riverlands, or Cersei using Marjorie's capture to piss off Tommen and tell him that he needs to go out there and save his wife. The High Sparrow is praying. Maybe something bad is really happening and he is trying to stop it or prepare himself for something, but he's not happy and he's very worried. Now we see a very interesting picture of someone hacking at someone's back. A crazy idea could be that that is Jaime killing the Mad King, and this is a flashback. We see Sir Robert Strong getting his directions from Jaime. Yara looks devastated. That probably led her to go and have some adventure, go on to the east or to Dawn and get some girl-on-girl action. We see Jaime. He's going to get Marjorie back, and this is possibly a peace treaty that the High Sparrow is going to say, okay, I will release her and you stop the violence. Then we see the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse again, and the Night's King next to them. I'm wondering what's that thing on the bottom right. It doesn't look quite like an arm, but it doesn't look like it's so far in the back. What is that? And what is he looking at? Maybe he's looking into Castle Black. They're not done with Jon. We see Davos with the bear sigil, so he is in House Mormont. It's gonna be really nice if he takes Longclaw with him and he says that Mormont gave Jon that sword, and now that person that Mormont trusted so much needs their help. And that does replace Rickon in the Grand Northern Conspiracy. Maybe it will be given to both Sansa and Jon. Part of it here, part of it there. We see another flash that we've seen before of what I suspect could be cold hands, maybe? Immediately after, we see like a wall of fire. I can't ignore that connection between the last scene and this scene. We see the Night's King walking into the flame. He is not afraid of it, and you can see that they're coming, all of them, through that fire. Maybe someone tried to build a wall of fire to stop them, but that didn't work. And you can see that the last frame, that fire actually goes down more and more, and I think there are lots and lots of whites in the back. A massive storm. This is Sam and Gilly on that ship. Sam has some motion sickness. We see Arya fighting, really pushing it, doing some capoeira. When I forgot to mention, I always do this when I have photos and things that I wrote down. So I wanted to mention with Davos, when he talks to the Mormonts, he says the real war is between the living and the dead. Make no mistake, the dead are coming. So he's talking about Jon. He's talking about the need for everybody to come together and help Jon through the long night. Ramsay is leading an attack against the Northmen that are coming. We see the Sons of the Harpy that are slaughtering lots and lots of Meereenese. And I see a picture of Theon. Maybe it's Sansa that's trying to lift him up and pick him up. We know that she might send him actually to the Iron Islands to help her, so we'll see what's going on with them. But I think that this is the point where she stops judging him when he helped her, and she just gives him that redemption that he wants. And maybe she says, I forgive you, get over it. Brienne and Pod are in the Riverlands. I am telling you people, Lady Stoneheart is happening. So Robert Strong kills some sparrows. This might be like the thing that tips the scales with the High Sparrow, to say like, I can't deal with this, let's just have some ceasefire for now and think about how we can defeat the Lannisters later. We see Drogon flying ahead, and then Tyrion says that dragons do not do well in captivity. Missandei says, how do you know this? And Tyrion, like the pimp that he is, says, that's what I do, I drink and I know things. We see lots of banners, lots of Northman banners that are right in Winterfell facing the Boltons. We see like 3 horses in the background, top right. That's a bit bizarre. Someone is grabbing hold of Pod, another confirmation for Lady Stoneheart. And if Jaime's going to the Riverlands as well, this should be good. Now, I believe this is Ellie Kendrick, and this is Mira. She's got a sword and she's looking up. What's going on over there? Where's Hodor? And what in the world is she doing? Woon Woon is going past the wall, and I'm gonna say that this is in Castle Black, and he's going to get out and he's going to kill all of those mutineers and save Jon. We see someone leaving the trail of blood, and I believe this is someone leaving breadcrumbs. This looks like it's Braavos. Next we see Tyrion, and after he says that dragons don't need to be in captivity, he sees, I don't know if it's Rhaegal or Viserion because it's really dark, but we do see a lot of fire coming out, so it's very possible that it's going to be Tyrion who releases the dragons. Let me know what you thought about this trailer. I really loved it, and I'm really looking forward to Series 6 because at first I was really worried about spoilers, but now I just want to find out some new things. I want to be surprised. I know we will be surprised from the books as well, so I don't mind. I just want it to be good, whatever it is. Thanks for watching everyone, I will see you on the next one.